back in. We're still laughing at the fact they hired Darren Dooley. What the hell are they thinking over there? All right. This segment brought to you by Daniel Hood Roofing. He played for Derek Dooley as well. Daniel Hood, of course, does a great job with roofs. Sometimes, you may sit there and go, gosh, I've got to have a new roof. And if that's the case, you call Daniel Hood Roofing. Sometimes you may just need roof restoration. It can extend the life of your roof by more than a decade. And the lowest prices for roof restorations, they're right now during the summer. Call Daniel Hood Roofing, have them come out and take a look, see if a roof restoration would be good for your home. DanielHoodRoofing.com to learn more. Okay, kind of shocking news came out of the UT basketball program this week, just 2 days after Rick Barnes bragged on all the newcomers, including Harvard transfer Chris Ledlum. Power forward headed home in hopes of landing closer to home is the idea. Most people, St. John's was looking at him before, wanted him. I'm sure Rick Pitino and St. John's folks, they don't have a football program to throw their NIL money at, so my guess is he'll wind up at St. John's. We shall see. Either way, it was a shock. Nobody expected it. I don't think Rick Barnes expected it. Ironically, Ledlum was expected to come in and kind of take the spot left by Olivier Comwa to help on that. Comwa winds up transferring to Michigan. You get Josiah Jordan-James back, which may have been part of the reason that Ledlum left. Josh, your thoughts on how this went down and what just went down?
Yeah, I think everybody was surprised, even probably inside the building at Tennessee when they first found out that Ledlum was leaving. It can work out if Tennessee is able to stay healthy in the front court with Tobe Awaka. The development that he might be able to make from year 1 to year 2
was
played
just,
great.
Yeah, double he averaged at the World Cup.
With USA under-19, and then Adu should be a year better, and then you get Josiah back, who probably plays the 4 a lot in lineups. Now that he's returned in small ball lineups they might play. But I said,
his health's always been a...
I said if they stay healthy. What if Josiah deals with injury issues? There's also a freshman in J.P. Estrella who, let's see what he can do. He's an unknown. He's a freshman coming in. So I think that they were going to have to deal with trying to figure out minutes for these guys.
Yes.
If Josiah had already announced that he's coming back to Tennessee, Ledlum probably never comes to Tennessee in the first place, would be my guess. So that would be the biggest reason to me that I would guess he's decided to leave after just arriving. But Josiah's health is going to be a huge factor for everything they want to do in the front court.
Impact? You think it's a big deal? I mean,
well, yeah. I mean, and Jimmy's pointed out that's kind of the position you wonder about, right? I mean, when you go up against the SEC, have you got enough post players? Have you got enough of the forward time to be able to continue? I just wrote down Josiah James and PT playing time, and you get here and you start looking around, and so you end up wherever he ends up, whether it's St. John's or somewhere else. But it's somebody that you wish would have stayed, right? I mean, you could have found some time for him on the court, but obviously he wasn't as comfortable here as he thought he'd be.
Yeah, the bad news was you almost had too many people coming in. I kept bringing up on this show that I was concerned about how long it's going to take to figure out who gets minutes and who's going to be happy because you've got so many newcomers. But the good news was you had depth. Now you might not have as hard a time figuring out who's getting minutes, but your depth is going to be an issue if somebody gets hurt, and Jordan James is always hurt, unfortunately. Jimmy, your thought on the impact on this?
Well, the only thing that changed that I can recall since he committed to Tennessee was Josiah Jordan James coming back. So that makes me think that had an impact. The impact of him leaving could be significant if Tennessee doesn't find another inside scorer. I thought that was a problem going into last year. Comwall was inconsistent in that regard, but every now and then he'd give you a 25-point game, but you never knew. Give you 25 and then 4, 25 and then 3. So if they don't, and so that gets back to this. Can Adu give you the inside scoring you're talking about? Can Awaka give you some inside scoring? Can Estrella be a scorer? Now he can go outside also, but what they do at that position, scoring-wise, and James, could determine whether or not I think Ledlum is a huge loss. But if they lack for inside scoring again, I think that compounds the loss.
And if you look at Olivier Comwa and he does anything at Michigan, that's going to be that's going to throw it into relief. People are going to be able to see A versus B. All right. When we come back, let's talk more about this crazy transfer thing. Because there was a time when you would think that, well, the coach knows what's going on. The fans don't know. The media is speculating. The coaches know who's coming and going. This week they didn't. Is that day done? Is it that much upheaval in college sports? We'll talk about it. Come on back on the Sports Source.